to be here with you tonight to share with you my economic development plan to accelerate Cleveland with CHEAP. Cleveland Humanity Investing empowers Clevelanders with affordable housing, access to employment opportunities, and wealth accumulation through the transformation of recyclables into container homes for veterans and the working poor, built by upskilled, rehabilitated citizens. Before I go into my groundbreaking innovation, I would like to share with you my why. Why am I so passionate about this? Of course, I would like to share with you my solution, and most importantly, the crisis that is affordable housing. For many years, I worked for College Now as an adult advisor, a nonprofit organization. I worked with them and I identified that student loans were a huge barrier for adults. I thought that was the solution. I obtained some grant funding, a little over $1 million. We made over $1.4 million of impact, and that program is still only available in the United States. It's only available right here in Cleveland. From that, I realized though that they were still struggling, and I started to do some more research, and I found that affordable housing, employment opportunities, and wealth accumulation are the reason that I'm able to stand here today. My parents had access to those three things, and I wish to do the same thing today. So, ultimately, I started reviewing and looking at the issue, and I determined that each month, 2,000 people in Ohio, 24,000 a year, are released from prison and face over 30,000 barriers to employment, much like the barriers that my parents faced during the civil rights era of the 50s and the 60s. Once they actually are able to have the opportunity to find employment, they're earning less in wages. Unfortunately, it takes over $15 an hour in Ohio to have just a two-bedroom apartment. But in reality, our renters are just making $13 an hour. In fact, if they wanted just a one-bedroom apartment, they would have to work 54 hours just to sustain a one-bedroom apartment. And they would need 74 hours of work in a single week just to pay for a two-bedroom apartment. This is not sustainable. This does not create assets or wealth. So, for the last 50 years, shipping containers have been used as an affordable housing solution. And believe it or not, we have nightclubs in Cleveland that are made out of shipping containers. We have a shopping mall made out of shipping containers. And we even have Airbnbs made out of shipping containers, but we don't have any affordable housing. In fact, housing here in Ohio costs roughly $160,000 is the average or median home, but many of the people here in Cleveland are making less than $26,000. So, Cleveland Humanity Investing will invest in humanity in three ways. We are going to work with our inmates, those 2,000 people that are released back to our communities, and give them immediate, barrier-free shelter. Just like on Survivor, before they work on social capital, before they work on building food or networking, the first thing they do is build shelter. And our inmates need shelter immediately upon release. Next, from there, they need equal access to opportunities of employment. Just like my parents didn't have fair access to employment, neither do they. With 30,000 regulations and barriers preventing them from obtaining employment, we are going to give them employment day one, learning a skilled trade, traditional utilities, electric, gas, and such, or the new groundbreaking green energy fields. Learning how to put in a video doorbell. Things like this that are going to give them a cutting edge over other people working in the sector. From there, we are going to start accumulating wealth. And how do we do that? Well, we start with that dormitory for our inmates. On day two, those inmates will start working, building a community of homeless shelters for veterans. Once we've learned and understand the great concepts on how to maximize our space with those 15 shipping containers for veterans, we will move on to affordable housing available for the masses. Rents for less than $400 that allow them to accumulate wealth so that we can move on to our flagship product. In Chile, they did a project called Incremental Housing. Essentially, we're going to have two shipping containers upstairs with a three-bedroom home that would normally cost $169,000. The family will be able to purchase it for $79,000. Underneath those two containers will be another two containers. They'll have all the rough-ins for utilities, electric, gas, water, for whatever they want to expand to, but it won't be finished. This is called incremental construction. Very successful in other countries. Essentially, it gives them the ability to grow and expand. Do you want to put another duplex in down underneath you? Or do you want to put in a beauty salon, or a landscaping business, or a service garage? It allows them to create residual income with the $79,000 mortgage. Cleveland Humanity Investing will empower Clevelanders, and I hope that you will vote for me tonight so that I have the $5,000 plus my $600 that Citizens Bank has already given me when I open up my account tomorrow.